In the waste audit, the coordinator for special projects called in various sectors to explain, sell the idea, and seek cooperation for this waste audit project. The AEMC prepared the plans and oversaw the implementation. The OAS provided the materials and maintenance personnel. Another example, I asked OAS to look into the costs of doing away with the styrofoam packaging. Meanwhile, AEMC looked into alternative systems for takeaway food and beverages. This was a very difficult challenge for everyone. This led to new guidelines for packaging on campus, much of which was developed by the concessionaires, the student entrepreneurs themselves. Together with AEMC, we sold the idea to the concessionaires and student organizations, listening also to their concerns and addressing them. Then we also gave support structures, which included a mechanized and centralized dishwashing machine for reusable tableware and dishwashing areas for those bringing their own containers. Our next example is the new segregation system. The AEMC prepared plans for this new segregation system. The old one simply said biodegradable, non-biodegradable, but you cannot really sort that properly to get them into the different waste management systems. So this was the new way to segregate, and the OAS assessed the applicability to the Loyola schools, including the resources that would be needed. They also implemented the new system using color-coded stickers on our bins. A materials recovery facility was organized to augment our present segregation at source system by acting like a bridge to redirect the byproducts of our consumption back into the system as recyclables. A vermicomposting facility was set up to return organic waste into its natural cycle with the help of worms. The coordinator for special projects also received a proposal for the trial run of the electricity-powered tricycle, or e-trike. Talks were carried out among the AEMC and the groups of tricycle drivers and myself in order to implement a system including parking, security, and schedules of and payments to the e-trike drivers. Aside from the AEMC initiatives, the OAS also coordinated with me to think of creative solutions, particularly in using green elements in the buildings. To improve cooling and ventilation in classrooms so that we will use less air conditioning, vents were added and ceiling fans slightly lowered in certain problematic classrooms. A flower garden in honor of Mary was developed in the hope of stimulating more love for the environment. Then, this became the site of a long-running experiment to purify septic tank effluent for use in drip irrigation of the flower garden. A decentralized wastewater treatment system, or DWATS, was studied and will soon be installed near the New Rizal Library in lieu of the more traditional sewage treatment plant, which is high in maintenance. This one is a low maintenance facility. Green elements were also included in the design of our New Rizal Library, optimizing light and ventilation, and introducing a rainwater harvesting system with a dual water piping system which would use the harvested rainwater for flushing of toilets. There were key factors in sustaining these environmental management initiatives. It needed a roadmap to guide whoever might be tasked to continue these efforts. This was spearheaded by the AEMC and aligned with the other efforts of the Loyola schools. Part of the roadmap also included the continuing formation of our students and community members. For students, we had the Junior Engagement Program, where students could be part of the vermicomposting, waste audit, and the materials recovery facility. Another key factor is having champions, so roadmap and then champions. The champions who will pursue and persist in the initiatives. Ms. Upayko, who initially protested my appointment, claiming she had little background in the environment, as well as the current director of the AEMC, Ms. Abby Favis, are both active champions who enlist the cooperation of all sectors. A third key factor is providing support structures. The AEMC is under the Office of the Vice President to facilitate coordination with the OAS and other departments and offices. A fourth key factor is advocacy to assist in the continuing culture change of the community. There are talks and forums for further awareness and education. The advocacy has spread to the grade school, to the Ateneo de Manila grade school, where they use their own vermicomposting facility as a learning tool for the kids. Finally, there are rewards. The AEMC and its efforts have been given awards by DuPont, the Quezon City Government, the Commission on Higher Education, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. The Materials Recovery Facility and the Waste Trade Market also earned some revenue for our maintenance personnel as well as some offices. And the biggest reward of all, we have a pleasant campus. Many things can be done if we put our minds to it, and if everyone cooperates. Our experience showed that this is very much an exercise in change leadership. It involved developing an agenda, changing mindsets, involving stakeholders, and identifying opportunities for action. It involved managing initiatives, managing support structures, resources, and assessment of the program. It involved sustaining the efforts through a roadmap, champions, structure, advocacy, and rewards. Change is not always easy, especially when there is some personal inconvenience involved, but sometimes it needs to be pursued for the good of the environment, and even if we may not admit it, it is also good for the soul. Thank you.